welcome to another episode of The Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to take 5 seconds max to think about your answer. 5 seconds max. If you can get it to 3, even better. And then we're going to talk about why you may have chosen what you have chosen for your answer. So here's the question. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, how would you rate JuJu Watkins, sophomore at USC, as a basketball player? 1, lowest, 10, highest. Where is JuJu? Go now. Think about it. Okay, so whatever you chose, what made you choose that? Like, stop and actually think about what made you choose that. Even if you have to pause the video, just make sure you hit play and don't go off and, I don't know, feed the cat or something and never come back. Why did you pick what you picked? If you gave her a low score, what specifically is it about her game that makes you rate her so low? If you gave her a high score, if you gave her a 10, 9, why? What is it about her game that makes you do that? I think we're going to find that there are people who have specific reasons why they feel about JuJu Watkins the way they feel, whether they love watching her play, whether they think she's the best thing since sliced bread, or whether they think that she's not so good. Some people have specific basketball-related reasons. Other people, I think, if they're honest, will say that they've been influenced more by the media than by watching her play. And that could be a positive thing or a negative thing. There are people who will not rate JuJu high because the media has forced her upon everybody. And I'm going to do a separate video about that. But that figures into how some people feel about a player. I did a video the other day about Stephen A, pretending that the media are not covering JuJu Watkins like they cover Caitlin Clark, because when you mention one, you got to mention the other, because there's this whole obsession. Again, another video. But some people are resistant to giving her credit because they feel like people are pushing it too much and it's getting ridiculous. Other people won't rate her high because they've watched her play, and there are reasons why they may feel that way. Just curious to know what you're thinking about that. So get in the comments and share your thoughts there. It's also a good time to say, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. And if you have subscribed to the channel, I appreciate you. Also, the memberships are growing. So welcome to all new members, the rookie membership in particular, because people on my live streams also are gifting memberships to people, which is so cool. This Adrienne Ross Show community, which is growing. So thank you all. So back to JuJu. Here are my thoughts about JuJu Watkins. I'm out there. I've said them before. I'm going to say this again. I think JuJu Watkins is a great basketball player. When I watch her play, I watch her footwork, and she reminds me of Kobe Bryant in terms of footwork. No, I'm not saying she's the next Kobe Bryant. I'll leave that to other people who are always trying to find the next this person, the next that person. I'm talking about the person, JuJu Watkins. And when I watch her footwork, it reminds me to a certain extent of Kobe Bryant. Be that as it may, I do have concerns about JuJu Watkins' future. I know everybody has her already in the WNBA in their minds. They already have her as the greatest player to ever play the game. They're already going that route, They're already going that narrative. But for me, when I watch her play, and some of you have watched her play a lot more times than I have, I'm sure. But I did watch a lot of people play this past weekend with the conference tournaments. And one of the things I have noticed about JuJu then during the tournaments and previously is that She dribbles the ball a whole lot, sometimes a little bit too much. But one thing that makes me wonder if she will thrive like people think she will at the next level, assuming she continues to play and gets to the next level, meaning the WNBA. I'm not so sure if we're going to see the JuJu Watkins that people are seeing now. And that's because JuJu relies heavily on getting to the free throw line. And the officials blowing the whistle, and some would say she has a special whistle, but she at times, from my perspective, makes decisions that are poor decisions, driving into traffic with a wall around her and no hopes of anything happening except she's going to get bailed out by the official blowing the whistle. And the reason why I say I'm not so sure that she's going to thrive in the WNBA in the way that some people think is because I'm not so sure that she's going to get the whistles as much as she gets them now. And I know there are people who disagree, and I get that too, because JuJu comes into the league and some people say, well, she's a sister, as some say, and she's going to have that special whistle, particularly if Caitlin Clark is still in the league. And there's that whole agenda. And I get that point. I get that. But I'm still going to say I'm not so sure with a league such as the WNBA that constantly talks about physicality, and you got to be able to handle the physicality, and you got to be able to take the bumps and the bruises. JuJu Watkins, again, she goes right into the defense, often with nowhere to go from what I've seen. She gets the whistle. She gets to the line. She knocks down free throws. She's getting her numbers other ways as well, but she's definitely getting numbers at the free throw line. In the WN physicality BA, I'm thinking it's likely she's not going to get all those whistles at times. We'll see. We'll see if she gets the whistles by, because she's JuJu Watkins. But I'm not so sure the physicality league is going to tolerate her running in with nowhere to go, with no hopes of making anything happen at times, and then getting bailed out and going to the line. I'm not so sure that's going to happen. Obviously, she can score in other ways. She can score the mid-range shot. She does drive to the basket at times when there's something that can happen. But just too often, I think people, not just JuJu, but players, just hope to get bailed out. And she does it a lot and gets that whistle. Well, she ran out of special whistle, if she had one, in the finals of the tournament on Sunday against UCLA. UCLA finally got a win this season against USC. Early in the game, JuJu Watkins getting that whistle. But somehow in that fourth quarter, in the second half of the game, and particularly in the fourth quarter, she was not getting that whistle. Shots weren't falling. She was trying to make something happen. It wasn't happening. And the officials just sat on their whistles and didn't blow their whistles, did not bail her out. And the result is she didn't get to the line as much as she would have liked. And USC lost the championship. Let's just look at her numbers from that championship game on Sunday night. USC lost the championship, Big Ten tournament championship, to UCLA. The score was 72-67, 72-67, you can see here. And let's take a look at the box score. We'll go down past UCLA and get to the USC Trojans. You have down here JuJu Watkins. He wants to highlight everything. Everybody, because it's me too. Everybody. Here we go. Maybe not. Anyway, it's the bottom one here. I got time to play with this. JuJu Watkins. She played 40 minutes. So all 40 minutes. Her field goal percentage. She had 29 points. Okay. She can score the basketball. She had 29 points. JuJu Watkins also went 9 for 28. So her efficiency needs to improve for sure. 9 for 28, 3-pointers, 2 for 8, free throws, 9 for 10. I remember early in the game, was in the whole first half, she had been the only one to go to the line. And as you can see here, she's got 10 free throws here that she's taken. Who else is taking any free throws on her team? She took 2. Talia took, I'm not even going to try to pronounce her last, Von Olhoffen, Talia, she took 1. That's it. JuJu Watkins, 10 free throws, scoring 9 out of 10. So she could have had 10 out of her points from the free throw line. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals. She does play good defense. Also 5 turnovers and 4 personal fouls. Now, I'm not going to get on her too bad about the turnovers. Obviously, you always want to get better with turnovers, but I understand that the more you have the ball in your hand, the more opportunity you're going to have to turn the ball over, and especially when you draw a lot of attention, as JuJu does. But 5 turnovers to 2 assists here, okay? But 9 for 28, and she's going to the free throw line. So is it just that game that she's going to the free throw line a lot? It is not. In the semifinal game the day before against Michigan, USC won 82-70. Let's go down here to JuJu Watkins. JuJu Watkins had 20 points in that game. She played 37 minutes. Field goal percentage, 7 of 17. Better than the next game, but should really get better. 0 for 3 from threes. Free throws, 9 times. 10 times the finals, 9 times here. Rebound the basketball well with 11. Assists 3, steals 3, 6 turnovers, and again, 4 personal fouls for 20 points. But getting to the free throw line, mind you, obviously you want players to be aggressive. You want players to be able to take it hard to the basket and draw fouls. But like I said, I think that JuJu forces it at times and nothing is there. And yet she's going to force it because she's expecting to get bailed out by the whistle. I don't know. Will she get that whistle as much in the WNBA, or will it be like what she experienced in the game where it really mattered at the end of the game, where the officials said, nah, we ain't doing that. We're not doing that. So now, and the quarterfinals, USC squeaked by Indiana Hoosiers 84-79. And this box score, JuJu Watkins, 39 minutes, 31 points, 10 for 19 field goals, which not too bad. 1 for 3 3-pointers. Obviously, when I say not too bad, you want to become more efficient, right? But not too bad. And she had 10 rebounds there, 2 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 6 turnovers. So again, she wants to get better there, but I get how that works. 4 personal fouls again for 31 points. But look, free throws, 10 for 13. This time she went to the free throw line 13 times. And again, the more aggressive you are, the more you're going to get to the line, of course. But the whistle needs to blow when there's truly a foul, not when there's not a foul. And I'm tired of seeing players, and JuJu is one of them, who forces her way in when there's nowhere to go, because if I just throw my body in with a little hezzy or whatever and throw my body in, I'm going to get that whistle, and then I'm going to get to the line 13 times. So I don't know what you graded her. She's obviously a great player, and she's got incredible potential. But she also has a coach, I think, who allows her to just do whatever she wants. I can just get that feeling that she doesn't really rein her in. I don't get the impression. I don't know. I'm not in their practices, but I don't get the impression just from observing that she puts too many restraints on JuJu. And you don't want to put too many, but you want to put some on. You don't want to overdo it with a player like her. You want her to be able to do her thing. And she carries a huge load, and her coach lets her do it. Sort of like whatever, but I'm not sure that's good for her long term. I think it works for her now, works for the team now, in spite of some inefficiency at times. But my point is that in the next level, she's only a sophomore, but everyone's having this conversation. So I'm chiming in on this conversation as well. How good she is at the next level will have a lot to do with how much discipline she learns. You don't want to totally clip her wings, but there's got to be a certain amount of discipline, because I'm not sure in a league like the WNBA, where physicality is the badge they all wear, and the officials seem to love it too. Who knows? I mean, the officials can be like a roller coaster, but that whole physicality thing, JuJu Watkins, I think, as a great player, is going to have to learn some discipline and not expect to get bailed out, because when it really counts, it may not work for you. And I think she may have gotten a glimpse of that. Hopefully she did. Hopefully she recognized it in the fourth quarter of the championship game against UCLA. So those are my thoughts about her in terms of her handling of the basketball and just trying to force things. What do you think? Get in the comments. Be respectful, of course. Respectful with one another. Respectful concerning JuJu, of course. And obviously respectful toward me. Much appreciated. I will catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.